Hello friends, this is Coldrun, back with Dragon Age Inquisition. Last time we beat the main game. We've got 2 DLCs down, and so Griffius is down, but it looks like Solus is an ancient evil... Evil? I don't know if he's evil, but he's an ancient elven god. Now, I've been thinking about why it took me so by surprise, and it's because because I was imagining um, from when I'd read of him, Fen'Harel as being like Loki from like Tom Hiddleston Loki. I'd imagined him being like bubbly and mischievous and snarky and all that. And Solus is so sincere and so dry, not bad dry, but like he seems like a good guy. He wasn't giving me off like Sandaroth vibes. He was it was not what I was picturing as Fen'Harel. I mean, I also pictured Fen'Harel as a wolf, but even as a human incarnation of that sort of character, it was just not what I pictured. So I've downloaded Trespasser DLC. I don't see any particular quest available. I mean, I see there's a quest in the war room. Maybe I'm going to go check that out. But I'm just going to go see if it's actually there. I'm not actually going to start it yet because on the suggestion of Petra in the comments, I am going to go try to... First, I'm going to check out Solus's... apparently Solus's codex has been updated, and I'm also going to check out, like, just talk to people around Skyhold, because apparently things have changed since the end of the game. Right, so there's a new quest here. Attend the Exalted Council.
So, Liliana, should I bow whenever you come into the room now?
That's right, she's Pope now.
The ceremony is not for
or the Divine.
It will be strange to see you and think, there walks Divine Victoria.
Then let us enjoy these moments while they last, as colleagues.
Nor as friends.
What's this? A breach in decorum?
Perish the thought.
With Griffius dead and threat of Fade Rifts, so attend the Exalted Council. With Griffius, so this is going to be... Beginning the Exalted Council will lock off all other areas and plots and jump to 944 Dragon 2 years after the death of Griffius. There's no going back from this point. Okay. Oh, and look at that. Connections is... No, I was... No, anyway. With Griffius dead and the threat of Fade Rifts and demons waning, both Orlais and Ferelden have begun to raise questions about the future of the Inquisition. Divine Victoria has promised to shield the Inquisition from political matters for as long as
You've styled your hair
possible.
that way for ages now, Liliana. Why don't we do something new with it?
I'm used to the way it is.
What about our commander?
He does something with his hair already.
Oh, it does look very nice today.
I don't...
You mean it just gets that way on his own?
Not entirely.
Yeah, he definitely mooses it up. Eventually, she plans to call the Exalted Council, a chance to determine the role and possibly the fate of the Inquisition. Okay, so that's something. This is I get the sense that that's the start of Trespasser. Also, I'm guessing this is the thing. I'm guessing that Divine Victoria would be the name, even if Cassandra became the Divine. Okay, yep, so this is the start of Trespasser. So before this, we will go and... Oh, let me check out the codices then. So let's see... Oh, yep, no, new codex. Let's see if Solus is updated. Liliana's is updated. Okay. After the defeat of Corypheus and the sealing of the breach, the Chantry chose Liliana to be the new Divine. Divine Victoria, as she will be named, will oversee the birth of a new Chantry, one that she hopes will unite all the peoples of Thedas. And which we got from... I think I don't know how far in the future that Morrigan afterward was. Probably a few years. I don't know if it's after Trespasser or not. But, yeah, we certainly see that there was some bloody times coming with all of her changes. Here we are, Solus. Inquisitor, despite my efforts, I've been unable to locate Solus. From the site of your battle with Corypheus, he was last seen headed west, still distraught over the destruction of the orb Corypheus carried, which I'm still not quite sure what that orb is. From there he disappeared, evading my people so easily and so completely that I'm forced to wonder how much he knew about them. When Solus initially approached the Inquisition and offered aid, I questioned him extensively about his background and history. He was evasive, but he did give the name of the village where he grew up, noting that it was small, unlikely to appear on any map. I hate loose ends, so I kept a few of my agents searching to verify his story. They recently located the village, or what remains of it. It is a ruin as it has been for centuries, its name preserved only in degraded form in ancient Tevinter mysteries. Whoever Solus is, truly is, wherever he came from, whatever cat gets in the way of my television, he has deceived us from the very start. I apologize for not investigating this more thoroughly while Solus was here. He was clearly helping us, and that's true, like, regardless of what happened. Like, he helped us defeat Corypheus. Like, there's no doubt there. He was, like, a core part of that. The world would be destroyed, probably, if not for him. He was clearly helping us, and other matters were of greater urgency, but it was an oversight nevertheless, given how little he shared with us. It's not clear what his plans are, if any, but I will continue to search. Leliana. Doom upon all the world. And so is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You've brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Oh, that's what it's from. There is very little of the infamous 13th verse which that we can take literally. It speaks in the voice of the Maker himself, since he has never deigned to speak to his children directly. We can rest assured it is a work of fiction. There are facts, however, which support it, at least in part. Records remain from the time prior to the First Blight saying that yes, 7 Magisters did open a portal to enter the Fade physically. These 7, whose true names we have lost either to legend or deliberate obscurement, did so at the behest of the old gods, who whispered from their ancient prisons. We also know that the Golden City, visible from every part of the Fade by any mage at the time, turned black as night the moment these 7 breached its gates. Everything else, the accusations of sin, the suggestion that these 7 became the first Darkspawn, that they were directly responsible for all the blights to come, all of that's conjecture. From questioning the chant by Magister Vibius Ugorian. And so I guess this is still, I think this is actually the real Corypheus, right? This is, yeah, this is actually that Corypheus. I wish we had gotten to hear more about his experience in breaching that. Like what because he said that he saw it was empty, but like what actually was it like? What happened to the other 6? The other 6, how did they decide to do what they did? And were the halls made of bricks or stone or magic? What was, like, I don't know. I'd love to have heard more about that. Okay. So yeah, let's start checking around town.
The notes from Sarah, my lady. Leliana knows the game. She'll move the chantry forward while quelling the fears of the faithful. And I feel only pity for those who might try to depose our former spy master by force.
Right.
Is anyone stupid enough to send assassins after her?
I mean, probably.
Any initial opposition will be subtle, but I doubt it will last. After so much warring, even the most seasoned players of the game yearn for change. Sister Leliana will bring about interesting times.
I have no doubt there.
A fine day, isn't it?
Thank you for your investment in my investigations, Inquisitor. I've learned something, I think. I don't know.
What have you learned? Did you find out about the Fade?
I got a scraping that was cleaned off you, and it's weird. And the other rift bits, they're weird. It's just weird. It's just
Thanks,
weird,
Dagna.
right?
Answers, Dagna.
Lyrium and the Fade linked, but dwarves and Tranquil not linked. But they work Lyrium, so they are. Somehow. There's something there. I was face deep in a rune, and for a moment, I was tall. Or really tall. And I thought all the thoughts.
Did you just take some LSD or something?
You felt taller. How much taller?
Like mountain tall. Or I was the mountain. But I was moving. I felt dizzy. You know what I remembered? Watching a shaper it carve the wall of memory, except big. Isn't that weird? Maybe there were fumes.
What do you mean when you say thought all the
This
thoughts?
sounds very trippy.
No. As if for a moment I was around all my people, and my thought was all of theirs.
Your thoughts were their thoughts?
No, my thought was all of our thoughts, like parts. Ugh, words are mush. Maybe that's what the stone feels like. Or we think it feels like. If we think it feels. Creepy.
Okay, this is bizarre.
So Tranquil and dwarves are linked to lyrium, but also not linked?
Like the lyrium needs to flow, but if you're part of it, it takes you with it. So you can't be part of it. That makes me sad. I'm not sure why. It seems like we should be part of it. Whatever it is. Or maybe we're the ones who make it happen. Whatever it is. You know what's frustrating? Answers that aren't answers. Blah.
I feel like I'm back in my college philosophy classes.
Keep investigating, and let me know what you find.
I tried to make it happen again, but it wouldn't. Then I had a headache. And cocoa and a lie down. I'll keep at it. It's weird. Oh, and I made a rune. It's weird too. Be careful with it.
I have a crush on all the dwarves.
The
Pretty
Temple
much
of
every
Reval
dwarf.
sounds like the most interesting place. I hope you brought back samples of, well, anything.
Dagna, show me what you can do.
Here's how it goes. Bring me the rare stuff.
No,
for
that's not what I
enchanting
wanted.
or masterworks,
Okay.
and throw it here. I can't wait.
Okay. Because she said there was a new rune, so I want to check that out. But I have such a... Maybe it was the Superb Corrupting rune. I don't know. I have such a bad memory of what runes I've already gotten. But those are huge damage boosts. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, so the ones that are targeted are plus 50, and the ones that are more general plus 25. Okay.
The Conclave made an interesting choice in Leliana. Inspired by something, no doubt.
By me.
I would find the proceedings entertaining were it not going to create a mess I'll have to clean up.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that you're not happy with it. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised because you have such wildly different views on the role of the mages from Liliana.
The Conclave made an interesting choice in Leliana.
Okay. Hello, Divine. Not just any,
We will
Divine
look back
Victoria.
on this day and know that it marked the birth of a new chantry. I have a plan, and I will not rest until it is made a reality. I may need your counsel in the coming days.
But I give terrible advice.
Do you really want to rely on my counsel? I've been known to give pretty horrible advice.
Well, if I can't rely on your advice, I would be glad for just your company.
Are you still my spy master? When will you need to leave?
The Grand Clerics would love to bury me in ceremony while they prepare for my coronation. But there is so much unfinished here. A new spy master to appoint, and perhaps I'm not quite ready yet. When the time is right, I shall go to the Grand Cathedral for good. They can't know what they're in for.
I'm so excited.
I wish you all the best, Liliana.
Frightening thought. A divine with enough spies to know how often you piss. It will be difficult to return to Tevinter after all this. I have a good friend here. You don't find those just lying about. Such is my lot. Just a little longer then.
Yeah, Dorian is one of those characters. I said this in the last session, but Dorian is one of those characters I definitely wish I had more of. And not like the game didn't give me enough, but I wish I had. I don't know. I wish I had just another playthrough. I'm not really one for replaying games, but I'm interested to imagine a playthrough with him in it. wonder if Cassandra is disappointed about not becoming the new divine. I know she's working on the Seekers of Truth, but still.
Liliana is already turning the Chantry on its ear, and she hasn't yet been crowned divine. It's quite interesting to watch. I offered to remain as right hand, but she has other ideas. I wish her well, regardless. The Chantry needed someone like her. Hello, Inquisitor.
Yeah, so she doesn't seem like that she's that miffed. And she does. It's not even like she's high. It seems like she's not even secretly miffed. It seems like she's okay with it.
I hear your mages are forming something called the Bright Hand. Be interesting to see if they can avoid pissing everyone off this time. What's more important is there are still rifts out there spawning demons. I'm ready to kick some ass whenever you are.
Good day.
That's right. That's interesting that the world wasn't completely healed after the breach closed. That there's still like those little scars and little rifts.
It's good to see you.
Is this a new song?
Thank you.
And who's playing it if not you, Meriden? Maybe this is a bug.
Oh. I see.
Yeah, so I see lyrics in the top, and I like the sound of this. The sound of it's very pretty, but
I learned the
I don't know what it is.
That's not a chant, it's a limerick, and a damn dirty one.
Gets the bandits running, you have to give it that.
I'd give them more than that, with how useful they've been.
Should just make them a battalion. Give them a flag.
I'd fly it. Owe them a life or two by now.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that the Chargers are like beloved at this point, because they were not always. I wonder if there's anything different in the Sarah's cabinet. Wonder whose it was.
Did you hear the news?
Saving the world soon. Weird. I will kick Carifatit in every ball he has. Scratch out. Guess it's done. Good. Good for everyone. A half-inch drawing of the Inquisitor helmet scratched out. Stupid. I wonder if that's specifically because we broke up, or if that would be there regardless. I think it's... my guess is the former.
Hey.
Hi.
Good talk, yeah? Nice and relaxed. I mean, we're in with Leliana, so we have no problems. It's the ones who piss her off who need to squirm. I'm staying, though. You find fun often enough. I'm not sure where else I'd be.
Okay. Oh, and Cole. Let me talk to Cole. Where are you, friend? Here we go.
We all did.
I can't seem to reach Cole.
What do you mean? Good day to you.
That's weird. I can't talk to Cole.
Welcome back.
You alright, sir?
Of course.
Maybe it's a bug. Let me try reloading with a fast travel.
I'm sorry, Cole, but with your gift, I fear that you might see the path I now must walk in solitude forever. This fate is mine alone. Indeed, I would not wish it on an enemy, much less someone that I once cared for. Though you reach out in compassion, I must now insist that you forget. I'm... What were we talking about? I'm ready to help people when you are.
Sorry about that. I had to take that. Yeah, so that was new dialogue from Cole, I guess you could say. That was really interesting. So he was... what was he doing? He was talking to the actual Cole as if Cole was a spirit trying to reach out and like latch on to him, or join him or play the same role that he did when he was more fully a spirit. But this Cole was saying, no, don't do that. That was really interesting.
There are still people who need help. I'm ready.
Because he was saying, like, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. So maybe...
Wardens harm their own.
Oh my god.
And fall to mortal failings. Where does that leave us? Of course you handled this, Inquisitor.
Of course I did. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to make me a song. Maybe you already did and I just missed it. Yeah, so that was quite something. That was quite something indeed. Gosh, everyone in this game is so friggin' interesting. I just wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. I mean, that's a statement of the human condition, but it's certainly a statement of the Dragon Age condition. Alright, Cullen, what do you got?
Liliana is to be divine. It will be strange to see her go. Given her plans for the Chantry, the months to come will be interesting.
You are not wrong there. Especially from what we heard from Morgan about what the future holds. Interesting is one word for it. Is that glowing? Why is this glowing? Not this, it's the invisible one. Some crappy little weapons. Robes of the High Keeper. Dating back to the period of the Elven Dales, when the Keepers were not leaders and guides for individual clans, but rather priests who served as archivists and magical scholars, these robes belonged to the High Keeper of the largest temple of Old Halam Sharal, dedicated to Elgar'nan, the Allfather and eldest of the Sun. Is this what Solus had on him? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe that's not, but that certainly feels like what Solus had on him. Yeah, I don't know what any of these... Okay. All these seem good, but the game gives really no sense of what tier these are or how good these are, so I have no idea whether I'm supposed to get them or not. Is the Quizquisition guy here? He is not. The wind has taken him.
Ah, there you are. I heard about the new Divine. I have to say, I wasn't surprised the Spy Master was chosen. She's quite a driven woman. I'm eager to see what she does. I'm sure there's still much to do. I'll be here to help. Until the Wardens send for me, at least.
I'm excited for the time skip with Blackwall. I'm curious to see whether, like, he's going to be like a fully accepted Warden. I think he will be. I think he's going to thrive there. Alright, so I have a little bit of time left in this session, and I think I'm going to use it to jump ahead to attend the Exalted Council. So we read this. This is 2 years later. Or, I don't know if it's 2 years. Is it? Yeah, 2 years after the death of Corypheus. For the Exalted Council. Connections. Divine Victoria will not call the Exalted Council until you're ready, Inquisitor. Let's do it. The Exalted Council will be held at the Winter Palace outside Halam Sharal, thanks to Divine Victoria's negotiation with the ambassadors. We're ready to depart at your convenience. Okay. I love this song. lion. I don't remember those weird words, but I can hear it in my head.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
I'm so glad I have her on my
Divine
side.
Victoria call the Exalted Council. She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you.
I'm sure Cullen loves that.
Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
Really? Also, I'm glad you told me to do this before the other DLCs, or after the other DLCs, so thank you for that. This would be awkward to do before the other DLCs. Oh, you still got the hand thing.
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
Oh, it's you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
That's her name.
I spent last summer in Emprise de Lyon, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Corypheus left a great deal of damage for us to repair. I appreciate your efforts.
And I yours, your worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
You mean Liliana? Of course she means Liliana.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Victoria is proving to be a woman that few dare to disagree with. She has already won concessions for the Inquisition. You are fortunate to have her support.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, your worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Orlais. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
Tevinter? Please tell me it's Dorian.
The Imperium sent an ambassador?
Yes, your worship. Dorian Pavas
hell
has
yes.
taken a chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
Yes, he did.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, your worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
I like Mother Giselle. Very sincere.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras. For one, I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. Enjoy time with them while you can, your worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Thank you, Mother
Okay,
Giselle.
so he's Sir Blackwall
worship,
now.
A final question, if I may. This Exalted Council. Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Orlais sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
Our work is done, we're not going anywhere. Yeah, I don't think my character was super happy about having to take on the role in the first place, except this is what she's doing now.
The Inquisition still has work to do. We can't let someone's fear push us into disbanding.
Then I wish you luck in the negotiations to come. Make her watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
Of course, we were created just to be, like, just for the purposes of the breach, and so I don't know what our actual purpose will be for now, though. But we've been going for 2 years, so it seems like we have some role.
I don't think they knew. Oh my.
Optional catch up with old friends. Oh, here we are again. Okay. You know what? I'm actually going to, I'm going to call it here. Next time we will continue on with the ambassadors, with talking to everyone here, with Varric, with Mrs. Question Mark here, Blackwall, quote unquote, everyone. So thank you for watching. Arl Tegan. Oh, like the red wall, the red cliff guy, Duke Surreal. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna wrap it here. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all later as we continue in Trespasser. Bye bye.